man. We live. Finna get it started. Got that up there. Okay. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Standing Man, coming to you with another great episode. And on today, look, got a special guest. Gonna knock y'all socks off, man. If y'all enjoy EIG, y'all definitely gonna enjoy Mr. Courtney Miller on here. So, man, I want to welcome to the show, Mr. Courtney Miller. What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
fam?
Yes, sir. What's up, fam?
Oh, yeah, we got a great show for y'all today. And before we get started, I always like to give a shout outs, give a little shout out. So, man, this week, I want to give a big shout out to the man upstairs,
Yeah.
to God. Got to. I got to give a big shout out to him because I've been having a tough week, man. And so, yesterday was my father's anniversary of him passing June the 6th. So it was a little rough for me, and God pulled me through. So big shout out to him. And so without further ado, fam, Mr. Miller, you have any shout outs for us today?
I want to get a shout out, man, to all those, like you said, you lost your father, so did I. But nevertheless, for those who are in their kids' life, I just want to give a shout out to all the fathers that's really active in their kids' life, and just keeping, just stand on their grind and what I'm saying, do what they do. So I mean, because Father, this is really Father's Day month instead of just a Father's Day.
Right.
And so I mean,
Father's month. I like that.
Month,
Father's Day month. Let's go.
Yeah, Father's Day month instead of just a Father's Day, just so for all the real ones out there, hey, salute to you.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get down to the gristle. So listen, on today, the subject that we speaking on today, the conversation piece we want y'all to join in on today is something that's going on right now that we think that could fix a lot of the situation that's going on here. I said a lot, not everything, but can fix a lot of the stuff that's going on within the community, within the world, period. And what we want to talk about today is fathers are needed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fathers are needed. And I know this right here just fits in with this month and with the day that's coming up as far as Father's Day is that look, we can say what we want to say and we can do what we want to do. But one thing about a father, the fathers bring structure, he's bringing discipline, he brings leadership into that household, into that child's life. Period. Even if he's not in the household, just being in that child's life, it get that child a sense of encouragement, give them confidence, that they can do different things because I got my father there. He looking out for me. Now it's nothing like a mother's love, but it's something about a father encouragement, and so that's the big thing about having a father around. And before I get any deeper, fam, I want to toss this over here to you, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And I want to ask you about this: is that I'm coming from the perspective that I grew up in the household with my father. My father was there for me my whole life, and he was a great father. And so I want you to talk to the people out there, talk to the young men out there, the young ladies out there that didn't have a father growing up. How did that affect you, throughout your life?
Okay. It's a two-way how it affected me. First and foremost, coming from a single parent household, I felt a piece that was missing. I became frustrated. I really isolate myself because I'm like, I'm seeing everybody, with their dad, especially on Father's Day, come around, people walk with their dad or whether it's their granddad, but just the fact they got a male figure role model. So it affected me in a way. So, but nevertheless, I believe that there are mentors in the world that can help you, to fill that void. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
I had a stepdad, but it wasn't like my real dad. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna really just talk down on him because he's dead and gone. But nevertheless, we did set aside our difference. But from the starting point, it hurt. You know, I was yearning for him. I want
Mm-hmm.
to talk to him, just like any other child. Wanted my daddy just, rather come to my games, playing basketball, root me on, pouring knowledge to me, pouring wisdom, teach me how to cut yard, simple stuff, that I
Right.
was yearning for. And I went through years, due to parent, coming from a parent perspective, from the mother and the dad side, they
Right.
collaging, they straight collaging, but
Mm.
not really looking at the importance of it's these children's involved. It's like both sides of the parent, like, okay, my feelings are more important than these kids hurting.
Mm.
I'm gonna say that again. The parents feel like their feelings are more important than the kids that's hurting or suffering. So when the kids grow up and start making terrible decisions, or being involved in cliques and trying to be accepted through other family that's not really their family, you know, they want to feel it, but they want to feel like, okay, I need to be fitted somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And now the
Mm-hmm.
parents like, okay, what have I done? Well, this seed been growing for years.
Right. Right.
It's been growing for years. So it's, you trying to find love all in the wrong places, what I'm saying, through people.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's what affected me. I can't speak for everybody, but that's what affected me. But nevertheless, I learned to grow through that pain. Maybe that's why when obstacles come my way, or when I deal with things, I have a lot of tough skin. Like, I don't let a lot of stuff penetrate me, because
Mm-hmm.
I've been dull to the point that my dad was not even around anyway.
Right.
So like
Right.
anything come my way, what I'm saying. If it's something tragic, or if it's something negative, or if it's a bad vibe, I'm just gonna roll with the punch. It is what it is, because I've,
Mm-hmm.
I've been crying out for a long time throughout the years. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the effect it had on me.
Yeah, and man, you talk about the effect of how the mom and the dad, because they feelings was involved in that
Yeah,
situation, it really took away from the children.
right.
And I saw, I ain't experienced, but I saw a lot of families that has been broken apart due to the conflict of two individuals, when they could have reconciled another way, instead of bickering and complaining about the situation. you know because, man, I'm gonna say this, because I came from a household totally opposite, man. you
Right.
know and then I'm gonna be honest with it. I'm gonna talk about my father, and then I'm gonna talk about me. So my
Okay.
dad was one of the best dads that I ever could have.
Oh yeah.
He encouraged me. He taught me about money. He taught me about, first of all, just being a man. Before
Yeah.
even talking about God, he taught me how to be a man. Then he taught me how to be a man of God.
Mm.
Man, he taught me about changing oil. He taught me how to even make some money, like different skill set, and taught me about the different pitfalls that could happen in life. So I
Mm-hmm.
was taught all those things. I was groomed to be an amazing man of God. I was groomed to be that, you know. Now I took the other path, but as far as my father, I was never wondering where I fit in at. I was
Mm.
never wondering like I gotta be with a clique, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that, because I was always taught that I had to stand on my own. You gotta
Yeah.
figure out your own way, you know. And I say this too, with my dad being the man that he was, then
Mm.
my brother, I got an older brother, and my older brother at the same time, he made sure that with what my dad was teaching me, he could have said something different, but
Mm.
he made sure that I didn't go that direction. He
Right.
made sure he pushed me away, be like, no, don't come over here. I'm a knucklehead. I'm a knucklehead enough for the entire family. So you let me take care of the knucklehead part. You get over there and do what you need to do. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Yeah.
so from that
Right.
perspective, it's like I was taught, but I took the other side. Like I wanted to go out and drink. I wanted to go out and smoke. I wanted to go out and hang out. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't necessarily a cliquish person or nothing like that, but I did kind of hang out with different people. You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so when it came to those situations, I really had an advantage in life that I didn't take advantage of.
Right.
I really had an advantage that I didn't take it because all that knowledge and wisdom was already bestowed upon me. I was already given the gems in life. I was already given those things to survive at your early age. I
Mm-hmm.
already knew what it was. Like even my credit and everything. Like man, when I was in high school, I had like a credit score like 700 in high school. You know what I'm saying? So I already started off on a good path. It was just me want to get out here in the world. When me being over there in the lane and following God, that was my whole lane the whole time. I was already groomed for to live that type of lifestyle, but I wanted to take and get over here. You know, I want to have sex and smoke weed. I want to see what the club life was about. Even though
Yep.
my pops told me that wasn't nothing, son. Ain't that drinking ain't nothing, that smoking ain't nothing, and this and that. But it took me so many years to get through that. But at the end of the day, I did turn it around. And so I wanna speak to like even though you not having that father figure there, I want to ask you this because you are very successful, even though you didn't have that father figure. What drove you to do the right thing instead of going over there and just wilding out? What drove you to do the right thing, even though you didn't have that father figure there? What drove you to start doing the right thing?
That's a good question. I believe what drove me to do the right thing is that the world taught me. You know,
Mm,
the world taught me because you the world will show you so much negative, and if your
right.
mind is not strong, you know what I'm saying, you will fall straight victim to it.
Mm,
So I had to really do a self reflection at myself,
ooh,
look at myself in the mirror, and and really come to the decision within self because we are our own worst enemy. And I
yep.
said, I don't have to be like my daddy.
Mm,
I don't have to make the decision that he made. Um, I can be better than my dad.
mm,
I'm really drowning in my pain that I ain't even caused on myself due to what my parents made. So let me get myself out of this puddle. Let me get myself out of this puddle. Let me dust myself out because what's my daddy journey is my daddy journey. This is Courtney new chapter. So
mm,
I'm the captain of my chapters.
right.
I'm the captain of it. So let me go ahead and just make this right. So me talking to other people, other dads that was not my dads, teaching me um how dad supposed to act or how they treat someone or how they be attentive to their kids and they just pouring in me. Now this the culture, this just the community pouring into me,
Right.
teaching me this. So I took that as a formality of wisdom. So
Mm,
when I had my first child, which was Pavia, when I had Pavia, I knew then my world stopped because the
mm,
first instinct hit inside of me said, okay, I know how I feel not to have a dad.
ooh.
I know exactly. So let me go and do the opposite. Once again, Courtney, you the chapter of your journey. You the chapter. So go and make this
Mhm.
beautiful for your daughter.
Mm,
That's what gave me the momentum. Now this
mm,
this while I was in this while I was in college, you know what I'm saying? Still focused now. Now I had my little drifting moments at the same time, but I was still focused because sometimes you got to speak life into your situation.
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? You got to speak life because a lot of people can go around and let's be realistic, fam. A lot of people go around, especially guys, well, I ain't have no dad, and like, okay, so what you gonna do about it?
Right.
That book
Right.
already been wrote. Okay, now what you gonna? So you gonna let your seed, your own DNA,
Mm-hmm.
suffer because you didn't have no dad in your life? That's your main excuse.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And you okay with that? Then you'll make another seed and say the same old lie
Mm.
that you can't even take care of your first seed.
Mm.
So I didn't want to be a part of that. So when I had Pop, I said, I'm gonna be the best dad. I'm not gonna leave your side. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that you're happy, that you're protected, that you're assured, that you have all the necessities. because I know how I feel not to have it. So if you know how I feel not to have it, why not do the opposite?
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's
I
what
see
gave me the
exactly
drive.
what you're saying.
Right. So that's what gave me the drive to say, okay, let me go and finish college. Let me go put some under my belt. Let me get involved in the spiritual realm so I can teach my daughter the good news of Christ.
Right.
How to handle her business, how to pay her bills, how to do this. Even though this was not taught to me in my household, I learned from the world. I learned from the world, you know. So by looking at that aspect, I said, you know what? Got my daughter, she here, you know, grooming her up, shaking her up. Not only that, got my son Courtney Miller Jr. Talking to him, teaching him how to be a man. You know, even though he 10 years old, I said, okay, this is a vehicle. I'm gonna teach you the basic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you, you know, how to stand, you know, stand on your own 2 feet. If I'm not around, I'm gonna teach you how to protect your sister. You know, so I'm gonna show you what a king look like.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, but I never had that mentality. So, you know what? I'm not finna do anything. I'm just gonna wobble in my misery and let my kids suffer because I didn't have no good father. That, I mean, to me, that's excuses. That's nothing but excuses. And if I can be realistic, you got some people that got a father in their life, but don't even know how to be a father to their kids.
Yep.
Let's be realistic.
Yep.
They got 2 parents in there, and you still don't know how to do it because, truth be told, you came in this world thinking it's all about you.
Yep. Yep.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? When you bring a seed in this world, it ain't about you, bruh.
Yep. That's over with for you.
Exactly. You are obligated. So if you're a real one, I'm speaking for the real ones.
Yeah.
You are obligated to pour everything in your child.
Yep.
You have to train them up. You have to train up a child. You have to. If they not taught right, you're gonna look at your labor, what you done to your own DNA, and don't get mad because they make some bad decisions. Don't get mad at it.
Yep.
Because you did not devote your time with your kids.
Yeah. But I think this too, like, even if you don't, you know, it's never too late to start being a father.
Absolutely.
Long as you alive, long as your child is alive, it's never too late. And I think that some guys might be embarrassed because you might not have the money that you used to have, or you might not have the money, period, that you think you should have to be able to do for your child like you want to. But at the same time, your child just want that time. It don't necessarily be about the money. If you can go around there and spend that time, if you can go to they plays, they games, whatever little function that they have, that'll mean more to them. That wisdom and knowledge that you give them to walk through life, even the good and the bad. Like, if we being honest, if you go to that child, if you go to anyone and they just be honest, like my pops, that's one thing I loved about my pops. He was a great great dad, but the thing about it, he was honest with me. And sometimes the honesty hurt. But in order to be a good father, you're gonna have to be honest to your child. Even if you haven't been around, be honest why you haven't been around, you know, and you haven't been doing those things. And I think that'll help the child more. Because from my perspective, did I have just all the financial things? Or, I mean, not financial. Did I have all the material things that I wanted? No, I didn't get all the material things that I wanted. Did I have all the material things that I needed? Yes. Did I get some of my wants? Absolutely, I did. You know, absolutely, I did. And so, from that perspective, I can't say, hey, well, oh man, well, do this, do that, do this, and do that. You know, but as long as you in your child life, long as you trying to build a connection with them, you know. Now, me personally, I never been through that, but I can only imagine how tough it'll be. You trying to build a relationship with somebody that they feel like you wasn't around, they feel like you didn't want them, you didn't love them, and now all of a sudden you want to come back around. They're gonna be kind of like, especially if they're at a certain age, like, hold on, what's going on? And then we don't know what the mom or any other family members to say it about you. They could be dog you out, and I say even to the women, you shouldn't dog the father out because they're not around or because they don't want to be with you. You see what I'm saying? But I want to ask you this too, fam. Was that like what what would you tell a young man, a young lady that's out there that don't have a dad, right?
Mhm.
And just say that they looking for a father figure or they looking for something in order to encourage them and make them feel like they want it. What something that you can tell them that say this would help me out or this would help me out in order to get to that point where I can go to college, I can get my degree, I want to be a good father. What's something that you could tell them that be like, this is something that I did that helped me out?
That if I can encourage the people that came from a single parent household, I will say this. And I think I said it before. Your family don't you whomever you come from or whatever you came out of don't define you.
Mm.
If that person have not been, if your father have not been in your life, from your upbringing, don't let it eat away at you. Don't do it, because you still have others been in the same situation, the same shoes that you've been in, but nevertheless they still found a way through other people, pouring into them. It's still some good people out there that
Right.
have fathership skills that
Right.
can
Yep.
teach you the fundamentals. You still have people
Mm-hmm.
out there, but don't wobble in your mess, because if you wobble in your mess and you stay there, you'll become funky, which means that you, which means that you won't be good not only to yourself but to your seed.
Yep.
It
Yep.
start with you. If you won't change, be the change for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing the blame game. Just
Yep.
because they chapter was messed up doesn't mean it have to be yours.
Yep.
It don't have to.
Yep.
But we have to really come out of that mindset, especially Black culture. The first thing we do, if something don't work out with our significant others, we immediately let the child suffer. If it didn't work out, so what? Let
Mm-hmm.
it go. Your
Yep.
child didn't be here. You mentor your child. You love on your child. You teach them. You mold them. You shape them. Stop worrying about, what I'm saying, this girl doing this, what your baby mama doing. That's her life.
Yep.
But
Yep.
you're gonna miss your blessing worrying about your baby mama chapter, and your child is suffering.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Come on
Stan,
with it. Come on with
don't get mad when somebody else pick up the mantle.
it.
Don't get mad
Right. Right.
because you trying to control it. You
Uh-huh.
you trying to control it. Don't get mad if another man, a real father figure come in and pick up the mantle.
Right.
That's what's wrong with Black brothers. She moved
Mm-hmm.
on, got a real one, doing stuff that you supposed to do. For anything, you should
Right.
applaud him. Because
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's gonna mess your head up. Basically, that man, that stepdad, then saved your daughter, your son life.
Mm.
I'm gonna let that
Mm.
sizzle for a minute.
That's good.
Basically,
Mm-hmm.
that stepfather then saved your son or your daughter life. And you trying to
Mm-hmm.
give him some ultimatum because he's with your baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
You missing
That's
the whole
good.
big, you missing the whole thing, the frame of things. You missed the whole, you just missed it. If I
Mm-hmm.
have someone that's been a father for that's loving on my kids unconditionally
Yep.
and teaching them the fundamentals like a real man, why should I get mad at him for anything? I should respect him and
Mm-hmm.
show gratitude, because I know deep inside of me, I have not been showing that or portraying that.
Yep.
So if somebody stepped up to be a father, he just saved your life.
Mm-hmm. That's
And for
good.
anything, learn from him. Learn from him, man.
Uh-huh.
Because he was taught what a father looked like. Maybe you can learn from him
Yep.
because you was not taught that.
But you think I know a lot of that happened in our community though, and it's a lot of it happening now because you have a whole lot of single mothers.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the father, when they being raised with the in a single parent household, and most of the time it be the mom. And so,
Yeah.
not that the mom is not doing a good job, but as a young man, it's kind of hard for you to put that information as a man inside of him, because he gonna automatically adapt some of your ways. And so, being being a having a male figure around this young man could help him develop as a man, because as a man it's certain things that we can't do
Mm-hmm.
as for and women can do. And so when you have a father there, that father teaches you that, even the male figure, he teaches you that, listen, some things that the woman do, you can't do that. You can't complain like the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be emotional like the woman. You got to be a great thinker. You got, and even if you are hurting, you have to lead beyond your pain at times.
Yeah.
You can be hurting, but you still got to pay these bills. You still got certain situations that need to be figured out. So you might have to put your feelings on the shelf for a little while. Go deal with that later, because you got these issues that you have to deal with. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that can't be, I'm not saying that women can't teach that, but certain things can't be taught by a woman. You
True.
see what I'm saying? And so I say that my father was a great example to me in showing me how to do that.
Right.
And one thing that I love about my pops is, like, even though I messed up, even though I went the wrong way where I shouldn't have went, he still guided me and loved me where I was at, till I got to the place where I need to be. Once I got back to the place that I need to be, guess what he did? He ain't do nothing but dust off what was already there and push
That's
me
it.
on down the road.
That's it.
Because what you put in inside that child, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
It's gonna show. You can even fam, I used to come over your house drinking and stuff, man. I come over there and I'll be full, we'll be talking, man, and I just
Yeah.
bust out and get to talking about God, and I'm
Yep.
full. We've been drinking and stuff, and we sitting up there talking about, I'm drinking. He ain't drink. I was drinking. I'll be talking about God, and I used to say, man, fam, I want to quit, man. I want to quit. It'd be like, man, when you get tired, you gonna quit.
The
When
favorite
you get
motto,
tired,
drink up.
that's all he said. He ain't never said, cuz you need to stop right now. He said, man, when you get tired, you gonna quit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so, man, I just appreciate you, man, jumping on here, um, and joining in on the conversation and helping out a lot of people about
Man.
this, because I couldn't speak on it, and I wanted to get somebody that could really come on here and articulate their words and reach out and let the people know where he came from without a father and where he's at now. And so, man,
Absolutely.
on leaving out, I'm gonna give you the last words, man, before we close out. Let's give the people some encouraging words, the ones that don't have a father, the children that don't have a father, and also to the people that's out there that need to be better fathers, and let them know that it ain't too late.
Gotcha. My final words to that statement is that it's never too late to make your wrongs your right. Don't let others define who you are. I would say keep God first, pray daily. Even the thing that you don't understand, God can give you the final answers. Um, don't worry about the mother, your mother, child, whatever they say to you or talk about you. Don't worry about it. You stand 10 toes down
Yeah.
for your kids. And sometimes by you being a strong father to your kids, even though you and the other parties not get along, that the mother will eventually fall in line, even through her emotions.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say one more time, brothers, sisters, hear me on this.
uh,
As long as you doing your due diligence, your assignment, you understand the assignment, eventually the mother will fall in line whether she like you or hate you.
mm,
And you know what? It's a two thing to that. Your
Go ahead.
child will respect you, regardless of what the mother say to your child. Your child will defend you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-way segment.
Mm-hmm.
So don't stop doing what you're doing. And for those that grow up without a dad, and you desire to be a dad, do the opposite. Whatever affect you, whatever hurt you due to your dad was not around, be even a strong dad to your kids. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you see a part of your DNA look just like, so it's like you smiling at yourself anyway.
That's good, man. That's good. Anyway. That's good, man.
If I gotta repeat it, I have to repeat it. When you see your DNA smiling at you, you smiling at yourself because it's well done, regardless. And all that baby know is you. I'm not discrediting the mother, right? But the fathers have to realize y'all play an important role.
Oh yeah,
a vital role. Oh, like my boy Stan said, it's not about the money. It's sometimes it can be your time, your effort, and just conversating, just talk. Your presence alone speak volume.
Yep.
So don't be disconnected from your DNA, because God was not disconnected from you.
That's good there, man. Well, shoot, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, you can catch us on all our social media platforms as Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube. You go on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and show us some love. So that's all we got, folks. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.